I've just finished the third week of our 1 month challenge to design and launch a product on Amazon, and I'll give you a recap of everything that's happened this week. Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name's Josh. I've started a 1 month challenge to fully design and launch a product on Amazon, and I'm going to take you along with me, let you know all the decisions we have to make and how much it's cost us in total, and then how much money we make the following month. And if you remember, we had two things left that we needed to wrap up, and that was the quality of the Pom Poms that we needed to improve, and also finalise the packaging that we were going for. So first off, I'll start with the Pom Poms. The original ones that we had were pathetic when they got here. They weren't anywhere near the standard that we needed them to be. But the benefit of them was that they had a huge amount of unit volume, which we needed to hit our 1500 piece target. So we've kept those ones, but we also went out to a British manufacturer and we ordered some more luxurious ones, which we're going to mix in with them. So I'll show you what they look like, just like that. So they're far bigger, they're fluffier, they're better in every possible way. Unfortunately, they are of course more expensive, but we're able to amortise that cost in with the rest of what we bought. So we'll be going with these and we'll be mixing them in. We're just finalising whether we're going to put them in the exact same bin and do mix them together, or if we're going to keep them separately and then give a set amount of these to each person in their product box. We don't know yet. We'll finalise that probably closer to the date. We're quite flexible with what we can or can't put in it, so it's not something that we need to make a definite decision on yet until we can see what the product looks like in our finished packaging. Now, speaking of the packaging, it did finally arrive, which is the great news. Unfortunately, it didn't arrive on the Tuesday like it was meant to. We had to wait until Friday for it to finally get here after various delays with the shipping UPS. It's been a little bit of a nightmare, but we've got it and we've made a decision as to what we're going to go for. So the first thing that we had to decide were the dimensions. We've got all that sorted. It's going to be 30 to 32 centimetres by 23 by around 9 centimetres. There or thereabouts. We've got a little bit of leeway each way, depending on if they've got a better price rate, just depending on how it fits on the sheets of cardboard that they use, etc. So that's the boring bit. The slightly more exciting bit is the actual shape of the box. So it can be various shapes. You can obviously have the ones that you mail in, which are sort of like the closed flat ones like that. We're going for what is known as a mailer box, and we decided that for two reasons. That's what a mailer box looks like. It comes fully sealed. It's very rigid, which is one of the things that we liked about it. It's designed to obviously survive if you send it through the post, which means that we're not going to use this as our shipping packaging. We're going to put it in another box, which then gets sent to the customer. But it means that it can live on their shelf for months to years at a time without getting completely destroyed and them needing to find a new home for it, which is perfect for our brand goal of having packaging which is more than just what you rip open and get rid of when you get it. The benefit of these as well is that when you open them, they become a presentation style box. So we're going to have all of our products down there, and then they can reseal the box when they need. Now, we had a decision to make and there were two options we're going for. So we're going to get a sleeved box. So that would have come like this. Would have chosen the craft because we prefer it to the white, and it had been completely plain like this with zero branding on it, and then we were going to put a sleeve across it. Now, the sleeve sample that they sent wasn't great, but just to give you an idea, it looks something like that. So the sleeve comes along it. Obviously, it'd be a lot wider in the product if we were eventually going to buy it. It'd cover sort of 3/4 of the front, and then have all of our branding on it, and then we could have the barcode, safety information on the back, all of that good stuff. The issue with that is that this would probably get taken off straight away, and then you're left with an unbranded box, and it doesn't promote your product for long enough. However, the benefits are that there is much lower risk because I can use this for 101 different things. So the other version that we had was it'll look exactly like this still, however, it will be white and it will have full printing on both sides. It'll have printing on the front and back and also on the interior as well. So it'll be able to have a message or branding there, and then branding / logos, etc. all the way throughout the internal part of the box. I'm sure there's a more specific name for it than that. But we had a debate between the two because obviously lower risk to go for the sleeved one and it still looks relatively nice. However, the better looking one would have been the double colour one. So it had been printed obviously on both sides. Our MOQ for the sleeved one was just around 30 pieces. It's very little. Obviously your unit cost is quite high there, but we could order sort of a couple of hundred, 1,000 and hit our price point that we needed to hit. Now the double printed one is actually no more expensive when you get to the higher quantities, but when you're in a low quantity, your MOQ, which is your minimum order quantity, are 1,500 pieces, and it would have been expensive to do that. So I'll just talk you through the pricing. Spoiler before we go ahead, we went for the double printed one. That's the one that we preferred in the end, and that's the one that we're going to be doing. So we'll be spending a bit more money on that, but for us it's worth it because we have got the finances to be able to back that up. When you're doing it yourself, just do the risk reward analysis and remember that if I'm not 100% happy with it now, I can get it launched, get traction with it, and then if I want, I can improve the packaging in the future. There's absolutely no issue with that. Plenty of brands, when they've got a successful product, will rebrand it every couple of years just to keep it fresh. Now, the exciting bit, I'll tell you exactly how much we were due to pay for each of them. So for the size that we wanted, for the double coloured mailer, if we ordered the 1,500 pieces, we would be looking at £1.86 each, which is £2,790 for 1,500 pieces. So it's quite a large investment, and the unit price is relatively high. So we disregarded that immediately because it wasn't a unit price that we were happy with to be able to make this a sustainable product moving forward. Now, when you go up a little bit to 2,500 pieces, the unit cost drops dramatically. So for 1,500 pieces, it's only £1.21 each. So we'd be looking to do a total investment of £3,025 for the 2,500 pieces. So a lot lower cost per unit, and our profit margin will be higher because of that. We just have to assume more risk. Now, the thing that we're debating in our head is whether to go up to the next price break, which would be the 3,000 pieces. That drops it quite substantially again to £1.08 each, which means that our total investment for that would actually only be a couple of £100 more at £3,240. So let me know down below which one you'd go for and which one you think that we should go for. Should we go play it safe and get 1,500 pieces and drop a bit of margin? Go a little bit in the middle with 2,500, or go slightly riskier at 3,000 pieces. Let me know which one you would go for. Just a little reminder / helpful information, we're buying these from Poland, so they're going to be shipped over, and we will now be subject to UK VAT. Now, with the packaging, it's not a problem for us, because even if we have to pay the full 20% when it comes in, we're VAT registered, so we get that back, because that's input tax, which you then can claim back and offset against your output. So it's something that you have to be wary of if you're not VAT registered, is that this is potentially going to cost you 20% more than what you think it should do. But always check to see with import and customs. You can find out online and it'll tell you exactly the import duty that you're due, if any, and also the amount of VAT that you're due, if any. So check that out yourselves, do your research before you do it, and just bear in mind that if you're trading with the EU, it's probably going to be less than if you're importing from China or somewhere where we don't have any sort of trade agreement with. And that's about it for this week, so there really wasn't that much to it. Beyond obviously me getting attacked by clippers, it was quite a dull week, to be honest. So moving forward, all that we've got to do is finish off the packaging design. I am absolutely useless at graphic design, but what I lack in talent I make up for in just time served, so I'll just be continually plugging away at it, trying to get it finished and get it to a point where we really like it. I'll obviously take you along that journey and let you know exactly what it looks like, and then we're going to be ordering from the manufacturer to get it sent over. Now, there is a 2 to 3 week lead time on that, so that would push us beyond our 1 month goal. However, what we will be doing is I'll be asking them if there's a process where we can expedite, which essentially means that we pay a little bit more, but we get to jump the queue and get our product to us first. They will stop production on what they're doing and then put ours to the front. I don't know if that's what they offer, I don't know how much it'll be. If not, we'll just have to wait, but if they do offer it, I'll of course do that so that we can try to hit that deadline. Now, if you've got any questions, leave them below. Thank you very much for watching. If you're looking to either launch your own product, start an e-commerce business, or look for a little bit of side income, please subscribe. I cover all of this. I do basic tutorials, I do a weekly running series like this, and I'll show you how you can scale your business up. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and have a great day.